mustn't be afraid to dream a little bigger, darling.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's Stitch here from Lunar Rising, and welcome to this series of videos on the Rising Academy GoWiPe strategy. So before we begin and get into the videos, just to give you a bit of background, the Rising Academy is actually a temporary clan set up specifically for members of the Rising family. And for those that don't know, the Rising family are these four clans in the bottom corner here. So we have Lunar, Chaos, Fury and Majestic. And the purpose of the Rising Academy is to specialize in a particular attack strategy. The first time we ran the Academy, we based it on the GoWiPe strategy, and obviously this time we've based it on the GoWiPe strategy. So whenever we run these academies, we have a specific leader to host the event and showcase this strategy. And in this case, the leader was Mr. Carp Diem from Lunar Rising. And Carp can generally be found round about 3,800 trophies, so well into the Champions League and edging on the top 200 players. As you see with some of these videos, Carp is pretty much a genius with this strategy. We've learnt a lot, it was a great success, and we're doing these videos now to offer this information to you. Hopefully you can find something good out of it like we have, and maybe try this strategy yourselves. So that's the aim of it anyway. I'll leave this information on the left on screen so you can see it. This is Carp's army composition and some key tips for how he tackles the base. We'll get to these in the videos shortly. So for this format, we'll play his raids, and then at the end of the raids we'll bring it back to the start and we'll do a bit of dissecting and discussion and explaining what we found out as part of the Academy. So here's the first video. Alright, so as you can see, it's a pretty brutal strategy. 2-starred this near max defense base with full level 10 walls and a few level 11 walls. 65%, and yeah, very, very good. So, like I said, let's take this back to the start now and we can discuss some of the questions we asked Carp about this raid and try to explain the feedback we got. Okay, so looking at the base from the start, we were asking Carp why did he choose to attack the base from the side that he did, and we'll run through the key tips on the left here, and I'll try to explain his thought process and how he goes about tackling bases like this. So the first key tip is the direct route to the town hall. Any base he attacks, he's effectively looking to go from the quickest possible route to the town hall. So town hall obviously being here, the quickest route to it pretty much, as you saw, was from this direction. So that was going to be his main focus for the attack. The second key tip is lure the heroes if required. Now in this particular attack you can obviously see that the Barbarian Kings here and the Archer Queens over here, both of these are on the same line as the town hall that he's going to be attacking. So because of that, he's not going to lure them ahead of time. Although these are actually quite difficult to lure, so I'm not sure, he might actually have a bit of trouble doing that anyway. But luckily for him, he doesn't have to. As soon as Carp drops his troops and they start to make their way in, they'll trigger these heroes who will in turn come out to meet them. And once the heroes are in this general area, then all of your troops are going to get sucked into them, which is perfect because once they've dealt with those heroes, they'll then move on to the main goal, which is the town hall. The third key tip is keep the pack together, and by that we basically mean drop all the P.E.K.K.A.s on the same spot, let them work as a team from object to object on their goal of the direct route to the town hall. So as you saw, Carp will be dropping the P.E.K.K.A.s in this area with an aim to keep them on this path to the town hall. Keep them together, they work a lot quicker, and it's generally better. And then correct spell placement, as you'll see in the videos, freeze spells on the Infernos, rage spells when required, and the lightning is generally used for cleaning up of the clan castle troops once they come out. So let's move this video along. You can see that the golems have gone down, so straight to the defences. Okay, I'm just going to pause the video here for a second. As you can see, this area has now been cleared. There's nothing else in it. The golems are going to move into this area because it's been opened up, but the P.E.K.K.A.s, there's nothing else there. They're going to start to come around here, which you don't want. Luckily for Carp, the heroes here and here are now making their way out to meet you, because you've got within range, you've pulled them forward. So what you'll see now is this group of troops will do a U-turn and come back in to meet the heroes, which is perfect because once they've dealt with the heroes, they'll carry on the path of moving forward towards the town hall. So let's move this forward again. So there you saw that pack of troops turn back around to deal with the barbarian king. The wall breakers have done their job, they've moved forward. And once that wall's broken, the P.E.K.K.A.s and everything else can freely move forward. Rage spell for the Archer Queen. She can do her thing. And now all the key defences are down, so it's just a case of mopping up, taking as much as you can. The army's run out of steam, and to some extent it's not going to get the 3 stars, but I'm sure Carp's not worried about that. His main aim is the 2-star each time. Generally his first star is always the town hall, and then the second star is the 50% cleanup. And that's the first raid, so pretty much perfect. Alright, so let's take a look at the second raid. see this results in a 2-star, 65%, and 5 trophies to Carp Diem. So again, let's take this back to the start and just do a little bit of a review on this one and try to explain his thought process here. So sticking with the same key tips as last time, the direct route to the town hall. On this particular base, as you saw, Carp came in through here. That's just a case of wall breaker there, and then the wall breakers will move on to this wall, and then effectively you've got access to the core containing the town hall. So this was his direct route. The second step of luring the heroes if required. Now, you can see the Archer Queen here. She's perfect, she's on the right line. You don't necessarily need to lure her. The problem, however, is the Barbarian King. He's over here on the side, which is nowhere near where your main focal attack plan is going to be. You don't want him to come and interrupt the raid halfway through if he's on a wrong line or a wrong tangent. So the idea on this particular raid is to lure him, pull him over to the side where you're going to be doing the main attack from, deal with them outside the base, and then move on with your aim towards the town hall. So let's move this forward now, and you can see how Carp uses the barbarians to manipulate and move these guys where he needs them to be. So drops a barbarian there next to the king to activate him, and then he drops a few more in the corner to pull them up towards the top. Once they're both together, he'll then pull them over to the left, so they're just about on the line where he's going to start his main attack. I'll just pause it here again just to emphasize this point. Whenever Carp does this, he'll pull the heroes into a position where they're roughly in the middle of where he wants to do his attack. He'll drop one golem on the left side, one golem on the right side, and then he'll drop all of his P.E.K.K.A.s here in the middle, which will then rush towards the heroes and deal with those. While the P.E.K.K.A.s are busy dealing with these heroes, he will be dropping wizards on the outside, which you'll see in a moment, and their job is to get rid of all these outside buildings. Basically anything that can stop the P.E.K.K.A.s from going inside the base. So once all these buildings are removed, the P.E.K.K.A.s have got no alternative but to head into the base. So while the heroes are being taken out, you'll see the wizards do that, the P.E.K.K.A.s will keep moving forward, and then we're into the base. So let's see that. See the wizards going down now. Carp's also put his heroes down, wall breakers to get in. Okay, so now you can see the P.E.K.K.A.s moving their way into the base. The wall breakers have done their job, they've opened up the core. Now it's just a case of Carp doing his great job of spell management, freezing Inferno towers, raging the center. Pretty brutal in there, it's all happening very quick. All the key defences on this base were in the middle, so now that he's breached that, destroyed them all, the base is pretty much destroyed. So he's got the 2 stars now, and just lets his Archer Queen go to work and farm some resources, I guess. So we can move this forward to the end, and you can see that this resulted in a 2-star, 65%. Perfect raid. So 2 very different raids there, kind of working along the same key tips. The direct route to the town hall, luring if required, keeping the pack together, which is fundamental, and the correct spell placement. So that's the first episode. Thank you for watching. In the following episodes, we'll kind of cover some more raids that were demonstrated as part of the Academy. We'll again give you the opportunity to watch them, then we'll go back and briefly talk about them if you're interested in hearing the strategy behind it, and try to provide some pointers. And yeah, that's basically it. So thank you very much, and follow on to part 2.